Granite Ridge Greens, Thursday morning. It's time to feed the chickies. Just looking out the window at all the tomato. Look at them all, and pepper plants. We got 2 tables. Well, that got the deck there. And that table, glass table full. And tomato plants in between. And then the tomato plants that were later. And hopefully they'll be in the garden by the weekend. So what we got to do is add a little apple cider vinegar to the water for the chickies. It helps them heal, so we get a little shot in there. Oh, so we're gonna take a trip out. Here's the other stuff that hasn't been planted. I got over 50 because there's some doubles in there. Ring of Fire peppers are growing really nice. I got to transplant them. The sage is growing. The arugula is growing. The oregano is growing. The chives are growing. There's some extra tomato plants and peppers that were rogues. These ones here. The onions. Marijuana clones. They're ready to go. I got to transplant them hopefully some point today. And these lights here, they're going to go out with the birds because they're very low wattage. I think they're 18 watts. Let's see. There it is. I don't know if it's going to pick that up, but that's what that light is. LED. So we're going to trip outside here. Here's the turkeys. Hi, turkeys. Look how big they're getting. These turkeys are getting so big, I gotta shut the door because I can hear Kathy talking to the kids. Last week of school for online learning. They peck at your neck. Look at them go, eh? Maybe I should give them a little bit of food over here. 1 second more. 1 second only. I give them a little bit of food I brought in. Everybody loves their food. Hopefully these turkeys are out of here today. Oh yeah, boys. Everybody gets some. Yeah. Everybody gets some. And they got the little water there. I have to come in and clean out the bottom. They keep putting shavings in there. But 11 birds inside and they want out. Excuse me. They're getting big now. And it's time for them to start free ranging. They got all their feathers. You can see some spots on them where, like, he's got some missing. But these guys peck at each other. Look at them listen. Anyways, let's grab our bottle. I'm not the best movie producer, but at least I'm honest. Not full of crap like some people are that shoot these videos. My friend said the other day, yeah, who was it? I think it was the young fella from the feed. He says most of these people claim they do all this work, but then they have people come in and work for them. Oh, we did all this work. I'll tell you something. Most of them don't. I know Jason sold the land and his wife and the little girl, his daughter. They do it for real. I don't think they're getting any help. And when they do, they tell you, we got some help coming in. A lot of the other ones, Justin Roads and stuff, they have people staying there. So that's how a lot of the stuff gets done. Granite Ridge Greens, and we're on our way to the chicken coop. Peace out, people. Wanted to talk about the Indigenous thing a little bit here. Not just a little bit. It's time that we honored the treaties. And this thing about the government paying for all the residential school stuff, yeah, it's the government, but it was the church. When the hell's the church going to pay for something? You know what I mean? They don't pay any taxes or anything. And look at all the perverts and pedophiles and stuff that touched our indigenous children. They should have all been in prison. Oh, you dirty Indians. No, you dirty white people. You dirty people with your religion and everything, shoving it on other people. You can't even prove it's real. But look at all the damage you did to all these people, all these years. And they're still hurting to this day. It's time that it is time that we honored all treaties. It's time to help our Indigenous. It is time to get them some bloody water up north. You know, most of the water, everybody's like, well, they live in a reserve and, you know, they poison the water. They didn't poison the damn water. You know who poisoned the water? The mines. The mines up north. That's part of it. But the biggest part is the pulp and paper mills. That's who poisoned their water. And no matter what filter you put in, you can't take the... Well, I'd have to go through all the stuff that comes out of a pulp mill, but it is not good, people. It is not good whatsoever. It's very toxic. It's very bad for the environment. You know, if our government got off its ass and started legalizing hemp and started the hemp industry in Canada and the United States again, we wouldn't have all these extra problems with all this plastic and all this garbage and cutting down trees and stuff. Hemp, not marijuana. Hemp is 100% renewable. And it can actually distill itself from the byproducts of the stalks and the leaves and stuff that you don't use up. It's very versatile. You make a pair of jeans out of it. The pair of jeans will last you a lifetime. I like my Levi's myself. I don't fit in them anymore, but I like the Levi's and stuff, but that's not the way to go. We should be spinning this around. Anyways, it's time to help our Indigenous. And it's time for the churches to pay for the damage they did. Look at all the perverts and pedophiles touching children. Man, oh man, I would have cut all their parts off. You know what I mean? And these people are still paying for what they called savages. You know who the savages were? The Jesuit priests and stuff that came here in the early, 1800s, I say? More than anything, the 1800s. And, they were the savages, man. They couldn't, to this day, you can't prove there's a God, or if there isn't a God, or I'm not going to get into the religious thing, but pushing it on other people that had their own beliefs was wrong. And it's time to pay, and it's time to fix it up. You know, we let all these East Indians in, and I don't have any problem with immigration whatsoever. It's what built Canada. But how about cleaning up the shit that you caused over the last 250 years before you start bringing other people in and giving them all kinds of perks and everything, and our Indian people don't even get a goddamn drink of fresh water in the reserve. And they didn't ask to be set into reserves. They were living down here, but the southern land was worth way too much money, so we made these treaties. I'm upset, and we never honored nothing. So it's time to pay. Time for the 1% of the world. They're the problem. That's the world's problem, people. It's these 1% that run everything. They sit back and laugh at the way the rest of us live. They don't watch TV. They watch us. We're their entertainment. Maybe it's time we started turning it back on them for a change. The son of a bitches don't pay taxes or anything. All the middle and lower income. That's what keeps the world going. That's who pays the taxes. And I'm a little bit tired of it, aren't you? About time we did something. So let's point it towards our Indigenous. Let's help as much as we can of all the damage that white people did to the bands and to the tribes and stuff. And let's get something done properly for a change. All these politicians, Justin Trudeau promised them what? Almost 8 years ago? Oh, I'm going to give you all fresh water. Trudeau, where's the fresh water? You're so full of shit, it's not funny. Anyways, I'm sick of government. I'm sick of people using other people. I'm sick of liars. Some people are just fucking pathetic. And most of the church is pathetic. There's a lot of people that hide. They hide behind the veil. Oh, we're good people. Yeah, you're pedophiles that touch little children. And one of the natural things of life, any existence in life, is to reproduce. So you take away the urge that nature gave us to sustain us, and you end up with people that they're really desperate, and then they start touching children, and I think some of them are just sick. Some people are just sick individuals. Do that to a child, I'll tell you, my cigar cutter, it fixes you up. My cigar cutter, it fixes you pedophiles up real fucking quick, I'll tell you that. And that's the way it should be done. And cut off their parts and solder them up so they don't bleed to death. And that's the way it should be done. Anyways, we're gonna look at the chickies here. They've been picking on one's rump. I don't even know if it's gonna be alive still. But look at them. So we're gonna feed them. They're hungry. I'm going to put it right up here, right there, because that's the only place I have to put it, and I'll go get the bucket and go to the water. I'll be with you in a minute, folks. I got work to do. It's not really work, but it is if you do it 3-4 times a day. Got my trusty bucket of food here, and you'll be able to see I have to throw it through the top to give these birds some food. There you go. And there they go. We tried feeding them from a container. They almost break each other's necks. They're such little pegs. So we give them 4 scoops 3 times a day, which is probably more than enough. But maybe that way they won't eat each other, because that's something they do too. They like to munch on each other. It's just the way nature is, survival of the fittest, right? So we'll turn the camera this way for a few minutes. I gotta go take a look at where she's pointed. Listen to the wind. And that'll be me. Hopefully the camera, the wind doesn't knock over the camera. Water. I gotta get their water out. That's what I gotta do. Get their water out of here. Oh, it's empty. That's the first time in a couple of days. They've got some, and I'll show it to you in 1 second here. So I can push this close, because they'll get back out again. The water's a little skunky. See? They poop in it and everything. And Ken's just got to clean it. It's just the way it is. It is what it is. You said you wanted chickens. You decided to do this. So I have to get up every morning. And so does she. We gotta come out and we gotta feed these birds. Oh, we're stuck now. Oh man. I brought an extra bottle to wash this out because the lock, the There's 3 locks in the bottom that hold this together. So we're going to go right here and just wash this out a little bit. Wash off all the crap. They sure mess things up. Well, clean your water 3 times a day. Fresh water 3 times a day. Clean the container. So the locks will close to get rid of that stuff. Sometimes I got to take this in because they poop right in. Like I said, they poop in everything. They're pooper scoopers. Super pooper scoopers. So that gets some crap off the top. And that'll let the locks lock into that. It's upside down. So what I do is I take this and I pull part of the tag off of what it was, pure leaf something, lemon citron. Oh, it's coffee iced tea. So we put apple cider vinegar in here, as you've seen. So that goes in. That helps them heal. It helps them the digestion. And I believe there might be some beneficial vitamins and stuff. We were giving it to them inside, but they were pooing so much. Even after a day, it would choke you. It's so nice to have them outside. Like I said, hopefully the turkeys will be outside by this afternoon or this evening. If not, tomorrow morning. You need to get out and stretch the wings. Can't wait to get them out. I cut some of the grass yesterday and then I blew the drive belt, so I found a drive belt for the lawnmower, and then I blew the belt for cutting the lawn, the big long one. So we're gonna have to go get a belt, I guess. The locks in here are covered, and it won't lock if there's anything in there. I looked, my friend David's got the exact same one. I guess all the seed and feed stores are selling the same products. I should dump that in there too. The fuller the better. It means I don't have to come back till about, what's it now, 10? I'm late today, folks. I woke up with a scathing headache. But that doesn't matter because no matter what, we've got birds. And we got to get up, we got to water them, we got to feed them. Because if you don't feed these meat birds, they eat each other. Yep, they actually eat each other. And you'll see one, if we can see here, rump. Right there. They picked the crap out of her. I think I'm going to try to let her out here. Come on, you gimpy birds. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to bring you out here and let you run around. And I'll show you in a minute what they've done. They're savages. And I'm feeding them. My friend David said they're going to have a heart attack with how much you feed them. But if I don't feed them enough, they start eating each other. We're down. We had to take the one that was pecked in the head yesterday. Kathy took him to the pond swamp there. Let's see what they did to him out of his bum. I'm gonna go get him. Oh, what can I put water in? I'm gonna give him a little bit of food because he doesn't seem that he's eating. He's not very well. I might have to euthanize this one too. Here, buddy. Here, you eat that. Wow, they can be vicious. And what am I missing here? I gotta take the food back. I gotta unplug the lamp. I'll let you look at the chickies for a while again. Unplug the light. the heat lamp, 175 watt heat lamp on. It's kind of cool here at night. And as you can see, not all have all their feathers yet, but they had to go out. Look at the size of them. They're huge. They got to be close to 2.5 or 3 pounds already, and they're about 5-pound birds. So 3 more weeks, and it's off to the abater, I hope. I'm still looking for someone to do the abatement on these birds. And there's another one with a peck bum too. These guys are they're something else. But he doesn't look well. He doesn't look well at all. He's outside now, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna bring him back some water dish after. So we go take all these containers, this and this, and the bucket. Come on, bucket. And this is what I did to the fence. I'll show you in a few minutes. Put the fence up at night because there's absolutely no way to stop predators, especially a bear or coyote or anything like that. And my fence isn't going to stop them. It's going to give me time to load up and shoot the son of a bitch. So what we did, we had some 8-foot fencing that we used for the top over there. Then there was still a roll. You can see it lying over there, I believe. I just pushed these up with the sticks because this stuck in my side the other day when this let go. So I put a couple nails in there, hold that up. We put this screen in here, like I said, to keep out animals. There was no sense in closing it all off with a big wire and then having the front open because, like I said, even a coyote or a wolf, there's the screen we used. That was here in the middle shop again. Like I said, this whole thing's built out of scavenged materials. I still got to tag the top. I got to get some smaller fence staples. The other ones are, you know, they're that long. I need ones that are 3/4 of an inch or so. That was a chain block, and that's how I pulled up. That's how I pulled this thing up. It was so heavy to pull up. Once I got the 2x4s in, I was okay. And as we showed before, we fixed the whole back wall. For now, I'm going to close these windows in, I believe, or at least put a fencing up because somebody can climb through here. Be hard to see until they got up on top of this, and they wouldn't do very well with all that wire on top. They'd be cutting their paws up and stuff, so I'm not really concerned with that part. Let's take a view around for a minute. What a beauty piece of land. I still can't believe I own this. Beauties, man. I miss Kinesis Lake. It was a family cottage for years. It was my escape of family abuse. I used to ride from Island Grove, which is just north of Keswick on Lake Simcoe, and no one knew where I was for the weekend. And I'd ride my bike 7 or 8 miles to Sutton. My uncle and aunt would pull over to the side of Highway 48 and High Street in Sutton, take the front wheel off my 10-speed, load my knapsack, and up we go to